What's going on, guys? Life Lessons with Juvy. I am your host, as always, JuvyThaKid. If you want to hit me up to submit your topics on Twitter, Instagram, or Snapchat at JuvyThaKid. That's how we do it. Might be a little rough of an episode because I usually record these later. I'm having like my morning coffee like right now. If you watched yesterday's vlog, go check that out if you haven't. You'll know I'm going to see Suicide Squad tonight. I'm going to be dropping reviews and everything. So I figured I'd get this recorded earlier in the day. Get it all out for you guys now. Little Jenny Wren, if you woke up tomorrow and you were 80 years old and went to bed that night and woke back up in your current body at your current age, what do you think is one thing you'd tell yourself to do or see before you're too old to do it? Okay, so if I woke up, like, today, and I'm 80 years old, like, for the day, and then that night, okay, I got you. Shit, one thing, right away, Scotland, 100%. One thing I would make sure to tell myself to do, make sure to get it done, go to Scotland. Go fucking try and find the castle, like, that your family worked at. Go find the, I know the towns, but go see the places where your family, comes from. Literally picked their feet up and came to Canada from these places. Yeah, I would make sure that I go to fucking Scotland. And fight a bear. Little Jenny Wren sneaking a couple in here today. What's one emotion you'd remove or could live without? That's a really good question. What's one sense, taste, touch, smell, etc. you could live without? I couldn't live without any emotions right away, because the days when my depression is really fucking bad, when I get out of those modes, it teaches me more about myself. Or when I'm in kind of a frustrated mood or depressed, maybe angry about something, those all fuel certain things for me. Those all are creative juices to whether it's for something for the book, a painting, just a creative post that I put out. It's just I couldn't live with jealousy. I don't like being jealous of people, especially in relationships. I am definitely a bit of a jealous person. Definitely am. Not intensely crazy where right away I accuse everyone oh, you liked his picture, you're fucking him, da 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 da. But nah, for sure I deal a little bit with jealousy. So I think I could live without that maybe. It's creative fuel at the same time. Damn it. That is an intensely good question, Jenny. I feel like I could live without one, but at the same time they all serve purposes in our life, whether it's to teach us, to fuel us creatively. Damn. If I could choose one, it'd be jealousy, though. I'll go with that. What's one sense? Sight. Because ever since I was a kid and I read DareDevil comics, I always thought it would be cool that, if some crazy shit happened and I was blind, I could, be, some crazy superhero. Oh, even this new movie that's coming out, Don't Breathe, it's a blind guy in a house, but he's badass. As soon as he hears them even take a breath in or, a floor creak, he knows where they are. Yeah, I don't know, sight. Because that just feels like it'd be the coolest one. Obviously, it sucks for anybody that is blind or anything. You don't want to live without sight, but I could live without it. Wait. Could live without it? Yeah, I feel like I could live without it, but I might not, I wouldn't be able to see a whole lot unless it's the whole Daredevil thing. Okay, so realistically, touch. Yeah, touch. Because it's one of those things where, and some people will be well, what if you can't, what about, touching the person you love? You won't be able to feel, when you hug them. No, but I can still, smell how they smell. I can still, taste, You know what I mean? Like from their kisses or whatever. Just like, yeah, I don't know. I could probably like live without like the touch. Like you feel something and it's just like, okay, cool. It's something. But if it's comic book world, no sight. I'm Daredevil. I totally skipped the name. Ash, DGAFZ. In case you guys don't know, that's Ash don't give a fuck. Didn't give a fucks? Don't give any fucks? I don't know. Keep it moving. I'm totally going to bring up the fact that all these females have a newfound love, in capitals, for Harley Quinn, but for real had no clue who she was up until Suicide Squad was made. Yeah. And same thing with all these guys being all for the Joker. SMH. See, some people say shake my head. Some people say smash my head because it's like, fuck. But it's SMH at the end of that. Because I'm still not over it and being petty. We all have our moments. I just scratched a scab off my elbow. I don't know, it bugs me because like it's one of those things like as a fan like of these characters of like this universe, like a fan since I was a kid. It definitely does bug me when like a new movie comes out and all of a sudden people are like, "Oh, I love Harley Quinn. Oh, I love the Joker." Da da da. It's like, okay, but like you only love them because it's like a quote unquote attractive actress or actor, or you just love it or you like it because it's the new like fad that's it. It's the new trend. You know what I mean? It's kind of the same thing like when people say like they're Batman fans or they're a huge fan of Joker, but then they don't actually know who like Mark Hamill is. They don't know anybody else that played the Joker or even like know an interpretation except for Heath Ledger. You know what I mean? So to those people, it's more like, I don't think you're a fan of Harley Quinn. I think you're a fan of how this movie portrayed Harley Quinn and how she looks in the movie. You know what I mean? Because like, fuck, I know somebody who is unhealthily obsessed with Jared Leto's Joker. And I say Jared Leto's Joker because they haven't said shit about comics or Joker or anything until Jared Leto. They have gone to the point of cutting their hair like him, getting a really, really bad knockoff jacket of his. If you guys are going to buy Suicide Squad merch, please, please, please remember, like, the Joker's jacket is not like a light magenta. It's like it's a dark purple. Yeah, there's things you guys got to pay attention to if you're going to buy merchandise and stuff. But yeah, it's one of these things like, you know, people will get obsessed with a certain character out of nowhere because whether that's the new trend, they just feel like that's the cool Joker to do. I don't know. You call them fair weather fans or bandwagoners. You know what I mean? It's people would sit here and like I've heard people say some stupid comments like when they say, "Oh, the Joker's dead. There'll never be another Joker because Heath Ledger died." Well, that's fucking stupid. That honestly, like, that drives me fucking bonkers. Drives me fucking mad when people say that. Like, Heath Ledger, one, was not the original Joker. Not anywhere. My DareDevil just fell. Where was I? Oh, Heath Ledger. He was not anywhere close to, like, being the original Joker. He wasn't the first Joker. He wasn't the second person to play Joker. He did his portrayal of the Joker, which for that movie was okay. I'm actually, like, my favorite movie out of the Dark Knight Rises, or the Dark Knight trilogy, is Dark Knight Rises. It's one of those things, like, Heath Ledger's pretty good, but I can only watch it, like, so often, and I kind of get bored of that movie, to be honest. I don't know. But yeah, it's just people jumping on the bandwagon. It's the new trend, so it's what they want to do. You know what I mean? Obviously, as comic fans and stuff like that, like, we're gonna get annoyed by it because it's one of those things, like, we know these characters, we've grown up with these characters, you know. Like, Harley came from the animated series. Like, that was one of, a lot of people, that was a big first thing of Batman for them. But a lot of people, you can pretty much trace it to the 60s Batman, the Michael Keaton movie with Jack Nicholson, or the animated series. It's like, you know, and Harley Quinn came from the animated series and everything. Like, she was a character from that, and then everybody fell in love with her, and she made her way into the comics. You know, so I think it's one of those things, like, for comic fans or people that have kind of grown up with these characters, it's a lot easier to feel, like, emotional about it, or kind of get annoyed when people act like they're in love with these people or get obsessed with them. But then when you ask them about, like, anything about the character, they don't really know. I don't know. Actually, real quick, before I end this topic, don't jump on fucking bandwagons. If something's cool and you like it, that's fine. But don't jump on a bandwagon with everybody because you think it's going to bring you friends or it's going to make you more popular or anything. If anything, random people are going to be like, well, you've never ever brought this up. You've never talked about this shit before. So, like, why do you care now? You know what I mean? It's just like people are going to notice, like, when you're not consistent. Irish fan _ 123. What's your favorite Crayola crayon color? Man, got action figures randomly falling, or kids screaming out the back. My favorite Crayola crayon color is the one that leaves me in a coma for a couple of minutes. I can't remember any of, like, the names like specifically, because they all had some of them had cool names. Some of them it was like blue, like, then there was like tropical blue, royal blue. That's one of my favorite ones. Royal blue, because that's like my favorite shade of blue as well. I like royal blue. I like the smelly crayons that they came out with at one point. Or was that the markers? I think it was the markers. Either way, I liked them. I don't know why this is such a hard question for me, and why, like, this is actually a really good question. I think I'm going to go with royal blue. Yeah. That was my favorite shade of blue. That was one that I always used when I was a kid. I'm going to go with royal blue. I have been your host, JuvyThaKid. This has been a bit of a circus show of life lessons, but thank you all for bearing through it all with me. If you want to hit me up on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat, give me your topics. Hit me up at JuvyThaKid. JuvyThaKid. I gotta get a theme song or something. JuvyThaKid. That's JuvyThaKid. Bam! That's what that is. Alright. I'm gonna go finish my morning coffee. You guys enjoy the life lessons. And keep the day going. All my quiet kids, freaks, and weirdos, for the love of everybody, keep being weird. It's morning coffee, morning coffee, morning coffee with Juvy, you bitch.